Starting with the first problem, it's always good to simplify whatever's inside the parentheses. So I cannot simplify 5 over 3, but I can simplify z over z squared to get z in the denominator. Once I have it simplified, I can then square everything. So it's going to be 5 squared over 3 squared and z squared. 5 squared is 25, 3 squared is 9, and then z squared is just z squared. For 2, 5 over 3 cannot be simplified, but w cubed over w will be w squared. Next, we're going to square everything. So it's 5 squared times w squared squared over 3 squared. 5 squared is 25. W squared squared is w to the 4th. 3 squared is 9. For 3, 9 squared over 9 to the 5th is 1 over 9 cubed. And then if we cube everything, it's 1 over 9 to the 6th. This is big enough where it's not worth multiplying out. So we'll just leave it as 1 over 9 to the 6th. K squared over k to the 4th is 1 over k squared. If we cube everything, that's just 1 over k to the 6th. Okay, for number 5, 5 over 8 does not simplify, but h to the 5th over h squared becomes h cubed. And then I need to cube everything. So 5 cubed times h cubed cubed over 8 cubed. 5 cubed is 125. H cubed cubed is h to the 9th. 8 cubed is 512. For 6, 4 to the 5th over 4 will give me 4 to the 4th. And then I'm going to cube everything, which will be 4 to the 12th. And we'll just leave it as it is. Seven, I cannot simplify 7, so I'm going to leave it alone. H over h to the 6th will be h to the 5th in the denominator. W over w cubed will be w squared in the denominator. So then I'm just going to put 1 in the numerator. I'm going to square everything. So 1 squared over 7 squared times h to the 5th squared times w squared squared. That's 1 over 49 h to the 10th w to the 4th. For 8, n over n to the 6th will be 1 over n to the 5th squared will be 1 over n to the 10th. For 9, the 6 and the 7 cannot be simplified, so we'll just leave them alone. K to the 4th over k cubed will give me k. Z squared over z to the 6th will be z to the 4th in the denominator. Now that the inside is simplified, we're going to cube everything. So it'll be 6 cubed times k cubed cubed over 7 cubed times z to the 4th cubed. 6 cubed is 216. K cubed cubed is k to the 9th. 7 cubed is 343. Z to the 4th cubed is z to the 12th. And that's our final answer. For 10, I cannot simplify 8 over 7. So I'm just going to write them down. R to the 6th over r to the 4th will be r squared. H to the 5th cannot be simplified, so we'll just leave it as it is. Finally, we're going to square everything. It's going to be 8 squared times r squared squared over 7 squared times h to the 5th squared. So it's 64 r to the 4th over 49 h to the 10th. For 11, the 5 over 7 will not be simplified, so we'll leave them as it is. N over n cubed is n squared in the denominator. C to the 6th over c to the 5th will be c in the numerator. I'm going to cube everything. So it's 5 cubed times c cubed cubed over 7 cubed times n squared cubed. 5 cubed is 125. C cubed cubed is c to the 9th. 7 cubed is 343. N squared cubed is n to the 6th. Last one, we have, let's see, 8 over 5. Those cannot be simplified. C squared over c will just be c in the numerator. N to the 6th over n to the 4th will be n squared in the numerator. Now we're going to square everything. So the square is going to go on the 8, the c, the n squared, and the 5. So 8 squared is 64. C squared, n to the 4th, and 5 squared will be 25. And that's our final answer.